Hello guys and welcome. My name is Rex and I got Elder Scrolls V here for you guys. Now this video is gonna serve as my first impressions of the game, but I also do want to talk about, a little bit deeper into the whole Elder Scrolls series. Now what I have here is the first dungeon that I actually found in the game. I haven't been playing the game for that long. So this is, strictly my first impressions of the game. I'm just a couple of hours in, but so yeah, this is the first dungeon that I actually found, and it is actually a side quest as far as it looks. So the actual quest, like, I had to grab it from a trader. That was, it had nothing to do with the main quest that I was given for the storyline. So I'm guessing it is a side quest, but it was actually really big for a side quest, so I'm actually quite happy about that, because if this guy is actually put this much effort into just a side quest, I mean, I can't imagine just how many actual side quests there must be in this game, and if each and every one of those is as epic as this one, then this is gonna be a really awesome game. But yeah, you'll see just how expansive and how awesome it is. Now, I actually find it quite impressive about this game that it's probably the contender for the best game of the year, and what makes it so impressive about it is that they're really good games this year if you think about it. I mean, there's obviously the Call of Duty, but Battlefield also released this year. There's Batman, there's Assassin's Creed, the Halo Anniversary, there's Star Wars MMO. I mean, they're really good games this year, and my bets are on this game being the best one. I mean, you can look for yourself. It's great. It looks beautiful. The menus are easy to understand. The combat is more fluid and, again, easy to understand. As you probably can tell, the actual sword fighting feels better from Oblivion, and you can actually do fatalities, which is pretty cool. And the whole way that they made the whole casting the spells is actually much better than before. Because, I mean, you can actually block yourself and attack with the sword at the same time that you're casting a spell, and you can combine the spells with both hands to make it more powerful, which is really, really nice. You can also upgrade all of your proficiencies. Like, for example, if you want to upgrade your abilities with the bow, right, your proficiency with the bow, then you can you get this sweet talent tree where you can actually upgrade the different areas of the bow that you want to improve. So for example, you can make your arrows just simply hit harder, or you can make it so that every time you zoom in with your bow, then there's a slow motion for some seconds, or you can you can actually put your bow up much faster than before, and you get actually many different things for many different weapons. You get the ability to do special attacks with your sword, or you can improve your shield, or your sneaking, your speed. It's actually really nice. And every time you level, you get the ability to improve either the health points of the character, the magicka of the character, or the stamina. So you can really go about building your character just like you want it. What I'm doing right here is I'm actually trying some sort of hybrid. I wanted to try the different areas of the game. I mean, later on I actually improved my bow, but as of now, I'm just trying the different stuff. So I'm doing bow, magic, and sword fighting at the same time, and I might continue that later on. It really depends on just how badass the bow actually becomes. Myself, I've always been a fan of using the bow, even on Oblivion. I was that guy who would just go stealth and do those headshots. I haven't checked out sneaking yet, but I believe there is. You remember in Oblivion how when you attack someone when you were sneaking, you would actually it would double your attack or triple your attack, if you did a headshot, and it depended on how much how your proficiency with the actual bow was. And I haven't checked sneaking. I'm gonna check that out and tell you guys later. But I'm actually quite enjoying this this setup here. It's pretty cool. And I can even upgrade the arrows so that every time they hit, they would like stagger the foes and have them like a knockback effect, which is actually really cool. I just like the entire diversity that the game has for you, and even on top of that, you do get the ability to change the different different not just classes but the races as well. So the one that I'm using is the Argonian, which is kind of like the reptile slash amphibian kind of race, which I like it obviously because Mr. Rex, so I gotta be a reptile, right? But it's actually really nice. What I liked about it, it was that you can actually breathe underwater, and I've always been a big fan of passive bonuses like that. I mean, you can be like say like a red guard and just be better at being a warrior, or have like resistant to poisons or with other races, or resistant to diseases or whatever. And those are nice, but I've always liked those bonuses that I can actually use, like that if I can breathe underwater, I actually, every time that I go underwater, and just the fact that I can stay there for the longest, it just kind of makes me happy, It makes me feel like I picked a good race, But with those passive bonuses, like poison resist, I wouldn't honestly like probably never realize that it worked, Like if I get attacked with some poison and I have poison resist, all of those things just happen in the background. I never really notice. But if I have something, like an active effect, like many other races have, like where you can actually control or tame, an animal, I like those active abilities because it just makes me feel nice when I use them. Like, yeah, I like this race, And having the ability to breathe underwater, I thought it was kind of cool. Plus the fact that, being a reptile, it is kind of cool. Got a sweet tail and all. But the Argonians also get like a nice disease resistance, I believe, which is pretty cool. But if each different race has like different abilities, and they usually have like a different class that they are usually better for, because you do have different different skill sets. Like for example, you get like offensive magic, or like alteration magic, like illusions or whatever. You can like repair skills, or like sneaking, lockpicking, and all that stuff. And each different class is actually better at doing different stuff because they get different skill points. They start off with different skill points allocated in these different skills. So I mean, it doesn't really matter if you can probably be a mage, with whatever you want. It just makes it simpler, with other races, because they do get different bonuses. So you gotta think about that. But for example, I'm being the Argonian, and I'm actually going for the bow, and I don't have to be a wood elf for that, a wood elf. So I mean, it's kind of cool. You can really just be whatever you want, which is pretty cool. But the way that these skills level up is actually more to the likes of Oblivion than it is to Fallout. And I have seen many people complain about it, just because the Fallout system was decent. I mean, you would level up by gaining experience, and then every time you leveled up, you would get these points that you personally would allocate to whatever skills you wanted. So if you wanted to use laser guns, then you would personally just put those points into your laser gun category and make it stronger. But this is more like Oblivion, where you actually level up by using the skills. So you see that I'm actually whenever I hit opponents with my sword or attack them with my fire, it levels up automatically. So it depends on how much I actually use it, which does make sense in a way. I mean, it is obviously more realistic in the sense that you're actually leveling up because you're using it, and you actually get experience by using it, which does make sense. I do like it this way better, because it feels more smooth. Like, it feels less mechanized, if you know what I mean. Like, it's more natural. So that is kind of cool. And I honestly wish, that other games would do stuff like this. I mean, if you think about it, Elder Scrolls does a lot of things right. I mean, people like RPG. Like, there's usually no strong points against RPG. People do enjoy it. I mean, even games like Call of Duty, became pretty famous And you know, main strong points for that is the fact that it does have RPG elements, the whole leveling up and assigning skills, and each person have like a different role, you know, just like in Battlefield. Each person, you know, one is a medic, the other one is an engineer, and they do different stuff, and you know, they get different weapons, and each of them have different stuff that they do. And that's actually, you know, reasons why these games become so popular, and I do like that. And RPGs in general, like, I like it the way this game does it, in the sense that it combines, you know, so well just action adventure with RPGs, but it makes it so natural. Like, it feels like an action adventure, in the sense that obviously, you know, you have your first person and your sword and your shield and you're beating up enemies, but it makes it natural in the way that you leveled up just as you're fighting. I mean, you don't have to worry much about it. I mean, you could literally just go through the game and playing it, and you know, naturally you would be leveling it up, and you know, you would become stronger on the things that you use. So it is just like, you know, like natural. You're real life. You get better at the things that you practice, which I actually do like it. It feels less. It does feels less, I guess, you know, again, as I said, mechanized in the way that most games make it. But I mean, I guess it's easier to make it that way. But you know, that's why Elder Scrolls is so freaking good. You know, they do take that extra step into making it more natural and making it more awesome. And this also takes effect in the whole, you know, exploring the world. It does feel very natural. I mean, if you think about it, the Elder Scrolls, you know, and Fallout, it's never been, you know, so linear in the fact that, you know, you have to go this to do this quest, and you cannot do anything else, or you know, you only get this much side quest and that's it. I mean, the cool thing about Oblivion, it's just the amount of exploration. You know, you're open to the world to do whatever the heck you want. I mean, do you guys remember when you were playing Fallout for the first time, and you know, that first time that you got out of the vault, and the screen, you know, did you go out and see the sunlight, and the screen kind of like gets all wide, you know, like, holy shit, you know, this is the first time I've been out in my entire life, you know. And then you just see the freaking plains, you know, the wasteland, and that's it. You know, the game is just kind of like taking the leash out of your neck, you know, like, that's it, friend, just go. The world is yours for the taking, you know, and that's it. The game, I mean, the game tells you where to go, where you can go, right? It doesn't tell you where you have to go. It tells you, you know, where you can go, but you're free. That's it. You're left out in the world for you to explore, and I like that. It's so natural. It feels so great, and it happened with Oblivion as well. You know, when you go out of the sewers, you're just boom. You know, the world is in front of you, and the same thing happened here in Elder Scrolls 5, and it still feels epic, and it'll just never stop feeling epic because it's just natural. I mean, you get to explore. You're not rammed into quests. You know, as soon as you start a game, there is an intro cinematic, which I can put in if you guys want in some other video. But I mean, you're left off there, you know, to explore. And you know, when I'm playing this game with I'm on the PC, and the graphics are set to ultra, and just as you go out and just seeing the world, I mean, it is so beautiful, and it is so, I don't want to say realistic, but it is so I'll be using the word natural here, but it is it's just something else, you know. And I honestly wish some other games were like that. I mean, I talked before about Final Fantasy, and just how I wished, you know, it was something like this. I mean, imagine the epic graphics and the epic storytelling that Square Enix has, and then, you know, incorporate it into this kind of style, you know, like action adventure RPG elements, but with natural freedom that this, you know, gives you. I mean, what that pretty much would mean is that we wouldn't just have Oblivion, you know. I mean, if I want like a game like this, you know, as awesome and as epic as Elder Scrolls 5 is, I would have to wait, you know, after I finish this one, I would have to wait until the next, you know, sequel comes in. Because why? Because I know there's no other game that's gonna compare. And you know, it doesn't have to be like that. I mean, we already have huge companies, you know, that, you know, have big games, but they don't make them like this. And I wish they would. I mean, it would be so awesome having an epic, you know, game like this, you know, every once in a while. It's really awesome. And I hope you guys are, not getting tired of just hearing me just praise this game. But I mean, it does deserve praise, and I honestly do hope you guys try this game out, because I mean, and as you guys have noticed before, I my reviews are not like numeric reviews. Like, I'm not gonna say this game is a 10 or anything like that. My type of reviews is more of the likes of I'm telling you if you should buy it or not, right? I mean, if you only buy like a couple of games a year, right? If you just buy like 2 or 3 games a year, this has to be one of those. Why? Because one, it's a game that aside from Call of Duty, which should be the other one, um, Elder Scrolls is one of those games that stay. It's one of those games that you're gonna be talking to people about. Those games that, those epic experiences that they're not just good games. It's just the fact that it lasts for a while. I mean, you don't see many single player games that last you months like this one has. And it's not just like months of trying the same content over and over, like the replay value as they call it now. Like, this is going to be just one whole play, just without restarting the game. It's just all the different quests that it has. I mean, it does take hours and days, and it's gonna take you months to finish this entire game up, and they're gonna release updates and expansions and stuff. I mean, I don't even want to get into that. I mean, guys, this should be one of those games that if you only buy 2 or 3 games a year, this is one of them, and you should definitely give it a shot. And I'm gonna get I'll see if I can get you guys some footage of a fight with a dragon sometime today or tomorrow, because just thinking about it, I just want to highlight the epic, in quotes, the epic factor of this game into a footage and send it to you guys. And oh jeez, that should be awesome. But yeah, I'm reaching the end of the dungeon as I speak here pretty soon. But I would like to hear your guys' feedback on this type of commentary. Now, the standard commentaries are usually done with first-person shooters, because they're pretty entertaining to watch, and getting a lot of kills is kind of cool. You can also learn a lot from that gameplay. But I also want to try this type of commentary where I just want to try like a different game. Like a different game, every 2 or so days. Have a sweet commentary, and just like a normal standard commentators would, but on a different game. Every day or every 2 days. I just want to be different for you guys. I want to do something special. I want to stand out, and I believe this should be a pretty cool way to do it. And even though doing it a dungeon at a time is pretty long, you can see here is I've already been talking for almost 18 minutes. Now my voice is getting a little, but it's a lot to talk about. But if you're new, subscribing to my channel or just taking a look at my content, I appreciate you taking the look into my channel. I've been working pretty hard to bring this games for you guys, and I'll be doing a lot more like this with different games and whatever I can get my hands on. I'm trying to make it a new game every day or every 2 days, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, and guys, please have a nice day. I love you guys. Bye bye, Rex out.